Welcome to the 1 to 9 podcast for interesting insights and knowledge from animals and other beings within multidimensional realms. Hey, Diana.
Hey, Karin.
Whoa, welcome to another episode. I'm wondering who wants to step forward today and talk to us.
Well, when we were discussing this maybe 10 minutes ago, there was a donkey that just appeared. And
a donkey.
A donkey, yes, I know. I was like, where did this donkey come from?
A single donkey, not a collective.
One donkey, right? And he's still standing there expectantly. He's expecting us to ask him to do something or to say something. Now,
is it a Mr. Donkey or a Ms. Donkey?
I don't know. Mr.
Donkey?
It's a Mr. Donkey, yeah. So, and it's probably part of the farm.
The farm in Hawaii?
Probably, yeah.
All right, where we're going in February.
Right, because you said there's animals there. So, I mean, I think he's acting like this spokesperson for the farm.
For the whole farm?
I believe so, yeah.
Does he have any of the dolphin wisdom in him after being on a farm and being involved in dolphin swimmers?
He says dolphins, they're in the water. I don't care about them. It's like...
Oh, very interesting.
Well, just because he's down in Hawaii and he's working with the same group of people who are organizing this doesn't mean he has to be, with all the activities, Maybe he doesn't get along with the dolphins, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like water.
Oh, we'll ask him.
Yeah, water's okay.
What about salt water?
Oh, no. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the salt water.
Right. No. He prefers
the
the
donkey
land.
know he could float easier in the salt water?
He doesn't really care. It's too salty.
It's too salty for him.
Yeah. He's had experiences where he's been in the water, right? And somehow it's like the waves come up over him and he just is forced to drink the salty water. And he did not like that at all. So he avoids the ocean now.
So is he running free on the farm?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's with all the other animals there. He enjoys his life.
I hate to ask this, but are there pigs there?
No pigs.
Chickens?
Yes, chickens.
Lots of chickens.
What's your job? Well, he's a greeter.
Oh, he's a greeter.
Yeah, he's a greeter.
Does he have a name?
It starts with an S. That's all I can get at the moment.
So he greets the guests, or does he greet the other animals that come?
There's not that many other animals that come there regularly. The guests. He greets the guests.
Does he give them rides?
The smaller ones. He doesn't like very heavy people.
Oh, interesting.
He is a small donkey.
So, little donkey, what is it they'd like us to know?
Oh, that it's really nice down there, and he's going to arrange so that we have good weather, and that all the other animals on the farm will like us and not be mean to us, because chickens can sometimes be. Yeah, he's kind of sort of like a goodwill host.
Oh, well, tell the donkey thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Or I guess I can tell him directly.
Yes.
Thank you, Donkey S.
Yes, Mr. S. Oh, he's saying thank you. Yeah, he's saying, looking forward to seeing you.
And looking forward to seeing you as well. I don't know that many donkeys.
I don't know any at all.
So I'm very excited.
Yeah. Okay, now he's saying bye now. So he's going
All right.
off to do his donkey thing.
Okay, awesome. What about the dolphins? Are they around today?
Yeah. Actually, the past couple of days, I think they've been waiting for us to talk to them again. Because they're back in a circle.
Oh, they're back in a circle.
Yeah.
And this is the Dolphin Collective, right?
Yes, it's the dolphins that are in the water that's around that area. Whatever it's called.
The Kona Coast of Hawaii.
Right. It's the dolphins that form this community.
Is it an interspecies?
You mean, are there more species of dolphins in that group?
Yeah, like different ones, like spinners, bottlenoses, and whales, and
No, it seems like there's just one species. Yeah, although there's other species of dolphins nearby. Okay, so those are other communities, and they get along, but they're just not part of their collective. We're talking to one specific collective.
Are they spinner dolphins, bottlenose dolphins?
They're saying they're bottlenose dolphins.
Very interesting.
But of course, they don't call themselves that. They just call themselves dolphin people.
People?
Well, I mean, they think of themselves as, well...
Individuals or...
people, meaning so like individuals who have intelligent consciousnesses and who are able to interact with each other and other beings. That's what...
And individually.
Yeah. So people or beings or, I don't know.
So are they made up of actual dolphins, or is this a more of a collective of dolphin energy, like energetic beings, or are these actual dolphins that we're communicating with?
Oh, right now?
Yeah, as this collective.
See, they don't see it that way. They see themselves as, real dolphins, but also energetic beings. They're one and the same.
They're one and the same. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we can talk to them now.
Okay.
So we're talking to the actual dolphins, but obviously we're not seeing the actual dolphins in the physical world.
Right, we're talking to their energetic aspects.
Right. Yeah, and they're saying, yeah, they're nodding, yeah, that's right. And they're kind of like clapping their flippers together. I don't know. It's like, oh, you got it.
That's awesome. So Diana and I are coming out there to swim with the dolphins, and I'm wondering if you can give us an idea of what we could learn from you, what we expect to learn from you when we're swimming with you.
Well, okay, what would you like to learn? Would you like to learn how to get along better with each other human peoples, or get along better with other species of, if I say people, it's going to sound weird, other species of beings? Or would you like to learn how to live better right now in this world? Like, you got to be a little bit more specific.
Oh, interesting. So they have a whole range of things that they could teach. Well, specifically, one thing is, I guess me personally, I don't know about you, Diana, but me personally, I would love to learn how to do all of that. But if I just said maybe I'd like to learn how to live better myself to start with, what would they have to say?
Oh, well, first of all, they would be showing us how to achieve that by activities. Okay, I realize I'm not explaining this too well, but it's like, well, I mean, we would be meeting them in the water and they'd be swimming around, right? And so they'd be showing us what they do to make themselves happy, okay? Kind of like, and depending on what they feel like, I mean, if they're playful, they're in a playful mood, or if they're more energetic, they'd be doing different things in the water. Or if they're kind of like in a less energetic mood but more thoughtful, they'd be doing another kind of swimming. So depending on how they feel, it's like what they do can either enhance the current state or they can change it also. Does this make any sense?
Well, it does. It's a little abstract to stick your finger on exactly, but I mean it's abstract.
Okay, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Well, this is what they're saying.
Okay.
Right? So, I mean, of course, they're not happy all the time, It's like they've got their ups and downs. Sometimes they're sad. And they always try to help other dolphins in their community who are sick or sad. So, if a dolphin is sad for some reason, they would be doing things with the dolphin, like swimming in a certain kind of way or playing a certain kind of game with them to make them feel better.
Well, it sounds a lot like what humans do.
Well, yeah, but humans don't necessarily do this on their own. A lot of the time, humans do this in an organized fashion, meaning that humans have set up, kind of like hospitals or therapists or whatever, because they've lost the ability to do this naturally.
Oh, okay.
But dolphins, right, they do, like we meaning the dolphins, they're doing this naturally. It's just part of helping. It's part of being a community.
Right. So if a dolphin is down, they just start doing the games that help bring the dolphin
Games
up.
or whatever, or talking to the
It's like an automatic reaction.
victim. It's not really victim, right? That's why there's no crime there.
Oh, there's no crime?
Not really. I mean, they do have delinquent dolphins who don't want to follow the community rules, because they do need rules in order to live kind of like agreeably with each other. But there's no crime.
Give me an example of a rule.
Okay. Well, I mean, if a dolphin, there's two dolphins, and one of them wants to play with the other, but the other one doesn't want to play. The dolphin who wants to play shouldn't keep pestering the dolphin.
They're not allowed to keep pestering. Is that a rule? Or is that
okay, these are just kind of like
etiquette?
Etiquette, dolphin etiquette. Yes, yes. I mean, they're not formal rules, but everybody, meaning all the dolphins there, if they don't know them already when they're young, they're kind of like socialized,
right,
like that.
That sounds like a typical human etiquette. If somebody doesn't want to play, leave them alone.
Yeah, kind of. Unless, of course, it's like they don't want to play for some reason because they're sad about something, or I don't know. See, they know more about what other dolphins are thinking. They don't have to guess. They don't have to ask questions.
So we have to probe lots of times to find out what's wrong.
Yeah.
Or if we guess wrong because we don't really know.
Right. So they know more about what each other, what they're all thinking.
And that's a very big difference. So they're able to address it collectively or individually because they already know.
Right.
And that's the telepathic aspect of dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, they're not broadcast. They're not like saying, oh yeah, I feel great today, and this is because blah, blah, blah. They're not doing that with their usual means of communication. It's just their mood, and the other dolphins telepathically sense that. So, I mean, it makes them more like a big organism rather than a whole bunch of little individual beings.
Or both.
Well, no, they're both. They're both.
Yeah,
they're both.
Exactly. I wanted to ask a question about how the dolphins get around in the water. Like, some people say it's echolocation, but I'm just wondering, is it echolocation or do they actually have something different that they use to navigate?
They use a variety of things. Whatever is best for the situation that they're in. I mean, they do see stuff, and then they've got their sonar, and then they've got their telepathic communication, right? And then they can hear things too. So, I mean, you put that all together, that's like, it's really they've got fantastic means of communication.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It's got a very sophisticated navigation system.
Right, and they don't consciously say, oh, I'm in such and such a situation, I have to use this now. It's like, whatever, they just kind of like communicate or navigate intuitively.
Through all their different capacities.
The ways they collect information, yeah.
Right, all their different capacities. We have a cat here that seems to want to butt in.
Oh, it's a Batinsky cat?
A Batinsky cat. I don't know. His name is Ollie.
Maybe Ollie wants to talk to the dolphins.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say to the dolphins? You have any questions for him? Do you want to
Ollie's thinking, he's like, my God, how can they stand being in the water all this time?
Dolphins are probably wondering, what the heck is the point of all that fur? You could just cover your body in blubber.
And Ollie's thinking, the poor dolphins, they don't have anybody to sort of like hit them on the back.
Oh, pat them and pet them and take care of them?
Well, no, they take care of each other.
Right. Do you hear that, Ollie? They take care of each other and they play with each other. And they're kind to each other most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
So the dolphins communicate from time to time with all the other cetaceans, like whales, different kinds of whales, and dolphins from around the world?
Yeah.
And are they exchanging ideas, or what do they have?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is just me talking. Yeah, it's like I haven't asked them the question yet. If they were actually exchanging information, ideas with all these other various groups, you'd think they'd be more connected to them. But they're not really, kind of like, even with other species of dolphins, kind of like there's these separate groups. So Yeah, they're saying, well, the larger the group, the harder it is to actually live together agreeably. So they like to keep it a certain size.
300 dolphins?
Oh, that's really big.
400 dolphins? Yeah, but that's what they say the pod sizes are.
I don't know. They're saying, oh, no, that's too big.
What is their ideal pod size?
Okay, so within, the larger, there's smaller groupings that stay together.
So within the species, there's smaller groups that stay together.
Within the collective.
Oh, within the collective.
Yeah.
But how many are in the collective? 200? 100?
With their collective?
Well, their collective, or in general. I suppose it totally depends on the species too.
Well, okay, they're saying they've got maybe 150, but there's certainly not that many. So who are talking to us now?
Mm-hmm. Right. So their pod is 150, but the collective that's communicating, the communications collective, is a smaller group of those 150.
Yeah, and it could be some of them wanted to do something else at this moment. Some are just not interested in talking to us. They're going to wait until we actually get over there. Some of them there's things that they have to get done, they're like any other beings in that they have to survive in the physical world, and so there's things they have to do every day.
Okay. So what if we ask some really far out questions, like, do dolphins communicate with ETs, extraterrestrial beings?
Oh, yes. They're saying, oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And do the ETs come to visit them specifically in the ocean?
Yes.
And what do they accomplish when they're there? What do they do? Do ships come down?
No ships. Just, they don't need ships to travel.
The ETs?
Yeah.
I never thought that they would. It's always strange to me that... but I don't really know enough about any of that.
Well, what I'm seeing from what they're saying, the dolphins are saying, it's it's not a whole bunch of ETs. It's just singular ETs. Not that many of them. And they come... And they'd be just swimming in the water like the dolphins.
Oh, interesting. So the ETs come to visit. Now, do they go visit the ETs?
The dolphins?
Yeah. Or do they stay here and the ETs come?
They're saying some of the wiser ones actually go. Yeah, the wiser ones go into the higher dimensions to visit the ETs.
And the ETs that come here, what are they doing here?
I don't know, just like any other guides or spirits or multidimensional beings. They are, to observe, to help, to actually get information in case they actually come down here to live. They're very curious.
The ETs.
Yeah, they are. But, not curious in the sense of making scientific experiments on all the things that they encounter. They're not going to be making scientific experiments on the dolphins.
They're just coming to observe.
Yeah, but their observation also consists of they can communicate telepathically and get all kinds of information from anything.
So they're basically not just on vacation.
No.
Or is it a working vacation?
Their whole life is a vacation.
The dolphins or the ETs?
Both.
Oh, there you go. Now we know why the dolphins are smarter. There's the secret right there. Their whole life is a vacation.
Well, vacation is entirely different concept for them. It's it's entirely different concept.
So it's not like they're actually going... Maybe their work is their existence, and so it doesn't even seem like work because they just do it.
Well, first of all, they don't really need any kind of payment system, right? So they're not working for the equivalent of what we think is money, right?
Right.
So, and then they can choose what it is they want to do. because they don't need money. They need sort of like certain tasks done. So, I mean, some of them like to do some things. Others don't like to do those things, so they do other things. And they all work together. So that's why this idea of vacation, they think it's like really weird.
Well, I was talking more about the ETs.
Now, the ETs also have, it's like, it's the same concept there.
So they don't say, "Oh, let me go to Earth and
have a vacation,
chill out for a few days, swimming with the dolphins."
No.
Are there specific ETs for visiting dolphins and cetaceans, or are there ETs the same? They could land on Earth and mingle with any being here.
Well, it depends where they're coming from.
Oh,
you know,
where do the ones that visit the dolphins come from?
Oh, no specific galaxy or star or whatever, right? They come from a variety. It's just if they want to actually interact with the dolphins. Not all of them want to interact with the dolphins or observe them or
so they might
play with them or whatever. So I mean, they could be from anywhere.
And that includes the ones that come to this Earth to visit humans. They could be from anywhere too.
Yeah, they could be from anywhere. Exactly.
Oh, very interesting. Well, who knows? I mean,
oh boy. Well, we don't really have a name for ourselves. We just call ourselves the fish people.
There you go with the people thing again.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're individuals also, but even though we swim around in these big schools, we know we're different than some other fish we see, right? Some of them are bigger, some of them got more colors, some of them eat us, you know. So, but we don't have a name for ourselves. We just call ourselves the fish people.
Versus the fish collective.
Yeah, no, this is not the fish collective.
Okay.
They call them, they're the fish people.
The fish people.
And the fish people are disgruntled.
Okay. And they're disgruntled at you and me for ignoring them, or everybody?
The fish are basically mad at everybody. Because, just like the dolphins, everybody else views them as food.
And they're sentient beings.
Oh, yes, they are, sure. Of course, they're intelligent.
Do they have something that they would like to say to us right now?
No. Well, they're yes and no. They're disgruntled because they want to be. They're disgruntled because basically the dolphins and everybody else thinks of them just as food. But they want
to be acknowledged.
They want to be acknowledged, yes. They're sentient beings, you know. Perhaps not as intelligent as humans or dolphins, but that doesn't mean that we should ignore them, you know. They've got feelings too. Yeah, they're saying they've got feelings, yeah. They're conscious of the world around them and of themselves and each other.
Are they... this is a question for me personally, but I no longer eat fish because I feel like they haven't been treated properly and they are disgruntled. Do they think that, I think that just makes them, I don't want to eat them. I want to see them flourish and grow and become happy again.
Yeah, they want that too, but for them at least, the ones that we're talking to right now, it's not the point of no return, right? They can still say, yes, we're disgruntled and we want things to change. We want you to acknowledge us. We want you to, take our energy into account. But they know that there's other species of fish out there that, well, we wouldn't be able to help in any way because they just have sunk so low.
Are salmon one of them?
Yeah, they're borderline. Yeah.
How about the tuna?
Uh, the tunas, they're a little bit better than salmon in terms of energy.
Yeah, they have more freedom. The salmon are mostly kept in pens and
Yeah,
getting sicker.
right. Did you have a question
Well, I just
or comment or?
no, I just want to say that I don't know exactly which fish I'm talking to right now, but I just want to say that I appreciate the beauty of the fish. I love seeing all the different colors, how they swim through the water, their patterns that they make. I just want to do a shout out. I think they're all just absolutely gorgeous, and I want them to know that millions of people feel that way. Spend a lot of money to go snorkeling and look at the fish, and
Well, yeah. They're saying thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, we need to be reminded of that because that's where our value is. We're not just food for other beings.
you add beauty.
Right.
You add to our lives. If you're happy and we eat you, and you're not happy, you know, it's actually harmful to eat you. It's the way I get it. So we need to keep you happy, and we need to appreciate you more.
Right. And we do realize that, part of our mission here is actually to be food. We realize that. And we're happy to be doing that. But we want to be happy before we get to be doing that.
Are we talking to fish that are in the Hawaii area?
Yeah, we're talking to the fish that are in the same area of the ocean where the dolphins are.
Are the fish bothered by boats and sonars and underground testing and stuff, or is it more just the disregarding that they get from the general public?
If you're talking about with respect to their disgruntled comment that started all this, they were talking specifically about how they wanted to be acknowledged. And, by your comments, they have realized that, there's many, many, many people that do acknowledge them and appreciate them. But with respect to, the quality of the water, where they are, it's not bad. And they don't actually swim that far out. I mean, they don't migrate for large distances, so they're in that same area. But they do know that other areas aren't. And they, just like with when they were saying that there's other species of fish that are basically the point of no return, they don't know what to do.
The fish we're talking to don't know what to do about the fish that are at the point of no return?
Right. I mean, yeah.
Or how to help them?
How to help them, yeah.
Well, can I ask them if they do figure it out, will they let us know, and we will say what they say. Not that it's their job. Their job is to be beautiful, have fun, and be food. Right? Live in joy. But if they do have a spark of ideas to help save other fish, we'd be happy to hear it and tell people.
Yeah, no, they're saying, oh, okay, yeah. We haven't really thought of anything yet.
Well, it might come to you, but you have a forum now. So we'll make sure people hear it, as many people as we can.
Yeah, they're saying thank you. Mm-hmm. I mean, it may not be us that would be actually telling you that because we may be eaten. But
spread the word. Just tell them to spread the word,
right.
And Diana will hear when you guys are ready, and we'll do as many podcasts as it takes.
Yeah, and they're saying that their communication is much more, even though they don't think of themselves as a collective. It's more like one organism because because they're not around for that long, everything has to be communicated fast and quickly and passed on. Yeah, so that yes, they will to the best of their abilities, they will try to think of something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll ask other fish groups that come into the picture as well.
Yes.
So no pressure. We don't want them to not have any fun.
Right. No pressure.
And their short, sweet lives. And thank you for speaking up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks, Diana. That's all for this episode of the 1 to 9 podcast. Thank you for listening, and please sign up for our newsletter at 1to9podcast.com.